was good at it. I was alive.
Well, that's the character of Walter White in Breaking Bad at the very end of the series, explaining to his wife why he ultimately left being a chemistry teacher and favored instead being a methamphetamine producer. I'm going to be breaking down this whole idea of when we choose to ignore our voice and how that makes us susceptible to all kinds of traps in life. So I hope you'll join me in the video as I explore why your voice and mine is important and how to develop it. Hi, I'm John of Figurative Arc. Welcome to the channel. I am a visual artist, and we are looking at Breaking Bad and Walter White. And, this was one of my favorite drama series of all time. And I think the character of Walter White, a lot of people can relate to it, not in the sense of the narrative of a high school teacher becoming a methamphetamine kingpin, but the idea of someone taking shortcuts in life and not following the voice of the things that they were meant to do, and instead went down a path of mediocrity, a path that did not empower him, and compromised because it was easier. And I think that has a lot of lessons for us, because some of our choices may not have been as monumental in the series Breaking Bad, which resulted in all kinds of misery and pain and suffering and death for other people. But I think there are times where we can look back at life and say, I should have gone this way, and instead I went this way because I was afraid or it was easier. And certainly that's true in the life of a creative, where we're constantly having to make choices. It made me think about, what would have happened to me if I had not pursued art. Face a blank canvas, you are working with a model, let's say in a photography shoot. You want it to turn out well. Is it going to turn out well? Something that you're going to be satisfied with, and someone else? Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of risk in that. And in Breaking Bad, we have this character of Walter White, who instead of pursuing a career in this startup company for him to use his talents, instead, he decided to go the safe path by becoming a chemistry teacher, which teaching is a noble profession, but you see very early on in the series that is not his calling. He likes chemistry, but he's not passionate about teaching high schoolers and shouldn't be teaching high schoolers. And he also ended up marrying someone that was not his equal. When we don't feel alive, when we develop our voice, we feel alive and we express that. When we make choices that lend to mediocrity, we feel less alive, and that sets the trap of us making impulsive choices that are destructive towards ourselves and others. And we see people do this. And that's why developing your voice, even if you're afraid to do that, that's really the only path forward for you to have a life where you feel alive. Otherwise, you're going to be on a path of mediocrity. So that's really what this series meant to me, in really being self-aware and making sure that I am developing that voice and I'm trying new things and I'm not just trying to go the easier route. I don't know if you relate to that at all. Has that been a struggle for you? It certainly has been for me. And I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts about this take on this character. I hope you'll leave the comments below. If you appreciate content like this, please give a thumbs up. That really does help the channel and lend your voice. And comment about the things that maybe that you're doing in your life to shake things up or to develop your voice. Maybe you're trying something new. I'd love to hear about that. We're going to be doing another painting demonstration, I think, for the next video. So I hope to see you then. But until then, toodaloo.